Okay.
Good.
Did you get my email?
No.
Well, me and Mark missed your birthday, and we were just horrified that when we realized we missed it.
Well, that was okay.
Well, it wasn't really, but. And then I wrote a note, and he got it Sunday night and forgot to mail it Monday, so, Lord, I just sent you an email.
My computer. I've got to have Hank come down. I'm on the wireless, but it's part of his, and I spend about as much time that I can't get on it as I can. I'll get a message that says we cannot display this image, and that'll be getting on the internet.
So you're on a router from his?
Yeah, I guess.
That's how we're hooked up, and every now and then I have to. It used to, when I was working in the afternoons, I would have to plug my computer. I would have to bypass that router because the signal was messing it up. So, but now we can leave it plugged in. Last week I couldn't get the internet, so I plugged straight into my computer and didn't use the router, and it worked.
I don't know how to do that. Hank, what he did was, my main drive was in a little compartment with a door. So he opened the door and pulled the thing out a little bit, because then it's got something stuck in it that's what's supposed to connect me. And that did real good for a while. My signal they'd always say good or very good, and now I'm getting, every time it says you're connected, but your signal is low. So I've got to ask him. He even had somebody come out here and work on it a little bit, but I'll have to ask him if there's a way I can bypass it. I don't know.
Well, you'd have to get let me see. We were going to have to pay for another. I
told Hank when I started having so much trouble, I said I'll just get my own internet. No. We've got this all fixed up. I can make it work, or get them out here and make it work. So, they do something, it works for a while, and it's real fast, and all. Then it'll.
Well, we've had to change routers and modems a couple of times. It has something to do with, they get upgrades too. You don't know what kind of router you have? Like, is it Linksys?
We have that FSO Verizon, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I know about it. And this is new. I got this new Dell. I still lived in the apartment that last Christmas that I lived over there, so that would have been in last year before last, I guess. I got it, so it's a relatively new computer. Everything was new on it.
Yeah,
But I would say if you sent something and I haven't gotten it, it's my computer.
I just did it a while ago.
And this morning I haven't been able to get on it. I did get on it a minute ago, and but I got off because I wanted. What I had wanted to ask about, but now I've just about changed my mind. I was going to see if y'all had plans for the Memorial Day weekend. I was going to try to come visit.
Oh,
but they've got all this swine flu alert out now, and I just began to think, if I went through an airport with a lot of people, I might pick up something and bring it down there to you, and I wouldn't want to do.
Well, you don't need it, but I think it's just like the regular flu. I'm on the email list for our councilman, and we got a thing this morning from him not to panic, and that it was just like regular flu. It has to run its course.
Well, they're saying that it's that in a regular year we have, I've forgotten how many cases of regular flu, and people, die from that. Is not much different. First of all, yesterday they said they advised against any travel, and then they said any travel to Mexico.
Yeah.
That wasn't absolutely necessary.
Well, did you get a flu shot this year?
Yeah.
I did too.
I do every year. They said it don't help with that, and I take that airborne a lot.
Yeah, Mark used to take that when he was traveling on the plane.
I had some here, so I started taking that again. And anyway, Hank and Lucy are going to be gone. They'll leave that Saturday, and they'll be gone till the next Saturday or Sunday. They go to the beach every year on Memorial Day week. So
yeah, that's the last
weekend. I didn't know if y'all had anything planned.
No, we don't. We would love to have you come visit.
I'll have to see what's available for plane tickets. I think Southwest has a straight flight from Reagan National to Nashville, as well as I can remember. But
yeah,
I wanted to check with y'all first, if Mark would be home or if you had anything planned.
No, but they're fixing to change our schedules at AAA. We have to bid for them now, but that process hadn't started yet, and we just don't know what kind of shifts we're going to end up with. But whatever it is, I've got to do it.
Yeah.
It's just for the work-at-home people. So that's the only change in me, and if you know you're coming, I'll tell Mark, and he can. I can't even see this little calendar I got. What day is Memorial Day on the 31st?
Memorial Day is the 25th, I think, and that's
yeah, you're right, 25th.
Is the 23rd and 24th and 25th, and I would just stay a couple of 3 days, not wear out my welcome, and I wouldn't want you to cook a big bunch of stuff like you did with the lady and them. I got an email. I had emails. Jerry sent me something, and I then sent back and said he learned it wasn't true, and then I emailed him and said, well, I'd heard that from some other place too, and so he had really enjoyed his visit with all of y'all. That it was so good to get to see everybody, and maybe he probably hadn't been to Shreveport for a long time.
He had just been to Shreveport 2 weeks before.
Right. He did get to see Bibby, but before that, he hadn't been since Mommy died, I think.
I don't know. He goes in there and don't call anybody. And then what caused me to invite him was I happened to call Bibby before Letty and them got back here on Saturday around noon, and she went on about how pitiful Jerry was, and he asked her why Charlotte had cut herself off from the family. I said, well, I haven't cut myself off from the family.
I would say he's the one that did cut himself.
Yeah.
Well, he looked like he gained some weight to me.
Yeah, but it's same old Essie Kennedy. That it's always I don't ever hear her. I don't.
So pitiful. She drove Mother crazy all the time because Mother would say, would you please write her a letter just to give it so I can get some relief.
So I imagine when he was here, Mark said, when's the last time you were in Shreveport? And he said, about a week and a half ago. And Mark said, where do you stay when you go? And he said, Barbara. So she's full of poison. But anyway, he seemed to have a good time. But we would love to have you. Mark would be thrilled.
Yeah,
and me too.
I was thinking we could just get a couple of rotisserie chickens and fix some good sides, and that would be. And I don't have to have a bunch of food. I mean, that's not why I'm coming, but.
Yeah,
but I just don't want you to cook up a bunch of stuff, or like you did, kill yourself like you did when.
It took me 2 days. Don't tell it to recover. I knew
you when I called that night. I knew that Easter night when you couldn't even rise above a shadow, that it was from doing all that cooking.
I was just deathly nauseated and all day Sunday and Monday, but I worked. It was hard, but I worked.
You just can't do that. Going in the kitchen, and when you cook something, you always give it all you've got, like working on a ham. You spend all day working on it, so I just don't want you to do anything like that. We can hamburgers or something. It's not a big deal to get a.
Well, that was a crowd of people.
No, it put 2 slices of bread together. Anybody can. I mean, we can eat.
Well, don't worry about the food. My goodness, because since Mark's been home a lot, I'm having to dream up things for him to eat at night during the week. And so I'm getting, I'm used to it, so.
Well, we can do some crock pot stuff. And anyway, it'll be cheese toast, whatever. I just don't want you to, I would feel awful if you got sick after I.
No, because I just seemed like I stayed in the kitchen all day Saturday. I cooked on Saturday, but I had a lot of dishes to do, So it won't be anything like that. We'll all get fed. So
maybe I can get that new movie out about Medea on DVD. I don't know if it's out yet, but maybe it will be by then. 'Cause that was. Have y'all seen it? The new one?
No.
Yeah.
But when Letty was here, I told her about the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and it was a true story. And we went to Savannah and all that, and so she wrote down the author, and she got it from the library, and she's about through reading it. So I went on eBay and ordered her the movie, and
I'm just surprised that movie didn't do better. I don't understand why, because the book was real popular.
Yeah, the book was really well written, and the movie left out, in the movie there was one trial. In the book there was 3, really. There were 3 in actuality. But I wanted her to have the movie too, but she seemed to.
She'll really enjoy it, but I was so shocked. I mean, when I finished reading it, and the guy died, I couldn't believe that he had died.
Yeah, in that same room, I think, where he. But I showed her this magazine that I got off eBay that had been there the year before and took pictures inside his home. And the scene in the movie where he shot him and he fell dead on that carpet, there's a picture of that room in that Architectural Digest. You remember I got on eBay and found that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I had it when I was watching the movie one time, and I was seeing the same rooms. But we would love to have you come visit.
Yeah, I'll be here by myself that whole week, so it would, I would enjoy getting to get out, and I really enjoy getting to see y'all. It was this time last year we went to Shreveport about this time.
Yeah, Mark was saying the other day he wished the 3 of us could go to Savannah.
I never have stopped wanting to do that. And Tim wants to go too. It would be a lot of fun if we
Yeah,
could all go.
There's plenty to do, but maybe, we don't know, but we'd have to kind of plan way ahead. But yeah, Memorial Day, that would be great.
Yeah, that's end of May. Bubberhead, I was up at Hank's on my birthday. He made me a nice. They always want to take me out to a restaurant. And the last year we went to Red Lobster. It would tasted like a frozen dinner. It would just, it was like them frozen shrimp. It wasn't the big fried shrimp like the big crusty ones.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going there anymore. And so I told him I wanted just a big steak dinner, and we had steak and baked potato and salad, and I stayed up there good while. And so anyway, when I got back, Bubba was on the answer machine. He said, "I think it's your birthday. I'm not sure." So I called him the next morning. It was late when I got home, and I called him the next morning, and the next day, and so they seem to be doing good. He said him and Toby's planting a lot of stuff because they think the economy's so bad, people will be buying fresh vegetables. I don't know what they're going to do with it. You know, he always has big plans.
I know it, but you know, when Letty was here, I got the idea to have her take back those arrowheads and 2 or 3 other things I had from the farm, like bits, you know, for a mule and bits for a bridle, and so that's been Easter weekend, and he got them on Monday after they got back home, and he has yet to show those arrowheads to Si or Toby. And I just told him yesterday, he said, "Damn, I keep forgetting when they're here to get them out." And I said, "Well, he said they hadn't seen them yet." And I said, "It don't look like they're going to. I may as well."
One of them could have them mounted on.
That's what he was talking about.
And hung up in our home up there was little size where they ought to be, I think.
Well, he kept talking about he wanted
him and Pat'll lose them.
He wanted to have them carbon dated and all this big stuff. So I thought he was going to jump right on that, but hell, he's put them up somewhere and can't remember to get them out.
Well, he went to telling me that Vivi had told me when I called her on her birthday that she was worried about him because his health wasn't good. I asked him if he got over his urinary tract infection.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, well, because that doctor had sent him free medicine that cured him right up, but he told him he told Pat if he gave him that medicine, he would have to come in and he couldn't just send it to him without him coming in for an office visit.
Yeah.
And when he got there, they started doing, he's not had a checkup in God only knows how long, and they did a EKG and, they did an ultrasound. On the EKG, he heard him say that he had an irregular rhythm, so they did an ultrasound of his carotids, which was okay, and then I've forgotten what all the doctor examined and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So when they sent him to the lab, and he had to walk all this time, he was going to different places and had to walk a lot, and when he got to the lab, and they were going to draw his blood, he just wouldn't do it. He said he felt like he was going to pass out. He does that a lot. I don't think he's ever passed out. I think it's anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Just the thought of somebody sticking a needle in his arm.
Yeah.
And he Ting used to get that way because he was so hard to stick. He just hated. He would just get real anxious if he knew he was going to have. But he wouldn't let him do it. And he said, all my family think I'm crazy, but I know myself and I know how much I can take, and I just couldn't take it that day. He said, I'll have to go back another day. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hard to stick to, and I only let one person try twice, and then if they can't get it, I ask for someone else.
I know. Well, the one time they'd had so much trouble every time I went in this lab, and I said, you've got one chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to sit there and let somebody dig in my arm. They're not supposed to even starting an IV in a hospital, one person's not supposed to try but 2 times.
Yeah, and there's been times when the second person couldn't get it, and then at that point I start crying. And then they'll get somebody that can do it.
Yeah.
It just gets...
And then when that person comes in, they get right in there and you don't even feel it.
Right.
So then you know that it's who does it.
Yeah.
How skilled they are.
Right.
So anyway, but I get mad just thinking about it.
Yeah, I come home with bruises and I was kicking stuff off of the table, getting ready to leave on one colonoscopy because the third person had come in there, and I started crying, and I just said, I'm leaving here, and they had put stuff on my stomach, that little tray and I kicked it off, and And then all of a sudden Mark walked in there, but he didn't know anything was going on. He said, "What's the matter?" I said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And then a big old Amazon supervisor came in there, and she got it. But, oh, I was mad.
Well, that time when I was going to have my mastectomy, and they couldn't get it started, and I think two nurses tried, and then they said it's Miller time, and this Dr. Miller came in, and he put a little Novocaine. He said, you're going to feel a little prick because it's going to be Novocaine, and then you won't feel anything else. So that was a lot easier, and nobody's ever done that for me before.
No.
Anyway.
But no, I'll call Mark now and tell him if you think you're going to be coming.
Well, I'll start looking and seeing if I can get I want to clear it with y'all first, and then I'll have to look and see if I can get a flight and when. And I don't think you have to fly on the weekend anymore. Used to, you could get better deals. Lucy said it's not that way anymore, that you don't have to fly on Saturday or stay over Saturday, that sometimes you can get a ticket if you anyway, it would be nice to come on because Mark would be off on Saturday and Sunday and Monday probably.
Yeah, but you could come on Friday if you wanted to. Just to, I'll call him now and see if he can get off for what his schedule looks like.
Well, I'll have Lucy help me look and see what tickets are available. Maybe everybody will be scared to fly, and there'll be a lot of tickets.
Yeah, it could be.
But anyway, I would enjoy getting out of town, getting down there and getting to visit with you and Mark. It would be fun.
Yeah, we would love it.
I just don't want you to go to any trouble at all, because there's a lot of things you can do about food.
Yeah, and the pool is open. If the weather is nice and warm, you could get in the pool.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I hadn't been. I've got Moni's old bathing suit. Learned how to put a breast form in it. It always floats out. So I would just have to go in without,
Yeah.
with just one booth.
It would just be us.
I'll bring my bathing suit.
And it's pretty private back there.
Yeah.
So, but
They've opened up the hot tub here. They told when Hank told me about it, he said there's a hot tub out on your patio, but that'll be the first thing that's got to go. They just thought it looked awful. Well, when the guy was here inspecting it, he said that's the best thing of the whole property. That's a new hot tub. So Hank got out there and got it all cleaned up and operating. So they said, "Grandma, do you mind having a hot tub outside your front door?" I said, "There's something about that wall and that door that's soundproof. I can't hear the dogs barking next door. I can't hear anything. Maybe it's because I can't hear good. But anyway, they was out there one night. I said, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Y'all are out there having fun in a hot tub. It doesn't bother me at all."
Well, that sounds glorious.
I know they always say, "Grandma, you want to get in?" I always say no, I don't want to. But I imagine that would be good for your aches and pains.
Yeah.
And jets shoot up your back. But anyway, they've enjoyed it. They've only done it a couple of times. It's been warm. But
Yeah. Well, that would be nice. Well, I'm going to call Mark and.
Okay, well, I'll see. I'll get Lucy to helping me and seeing what we can do about it. And I'll let you know.
Okay.
When I get my ticket.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.